So when I started the process in 2021, I actually started off, I never told you this, but I actually started off I had a teacher at my school. She was an esthetician teacher, and I went to Ogle. So it's like one of the top beauty schools or whatever. She came to me one day. She was an SD teacher. So I was in college. I never even got to go over on the SD side, but she came to me one day and she pulled me to the side because I was already doing hair from home in my kitchen. I would do braids and dreads and stuff when I would get out of beauty school. I would go home and do hair. And I was working full-time while in beauty school also. And so I started back working like 6 months into me starting beauty school. And I started working from home and doing hair at home. And she came to me one day and she was like, I want you to do my hair. So she became one of my clients. She would come to my house, probably like every 2 weeks to get her hair done. She would get her crochets. And she was telling me about how she had a school in California before and all that. Now, she's not like you where you actually show, I can see it to believe it. I was just going off of her word. I knew she was a teacher at my school, so I trusted her. So I paid her I think I paid her $1,500 down, and she told me it was going to be a total of like $4,500, but she wasn't there for me as far as like how you are. Like when I would call her, she would have an attitude because she was just getting off of work from teaching at Ogle, and I just wasn't getting that information from her like I needed. So then when I started Googling, I didn't find much of nothing on Google. And then one day me and my mom was looking, and my mom sent me your YouTube. And my mom was the one who actually called you for me. And she was like that you were like, well, it sounds like she got a good mentor. So it sounds like she's on the right track. But all she really did was went on TDLR website and printed out everything that you need to do to open a school. But that still wasn't enough for me. I didn't know where to go with that information. And so I had called you so many times. I think I talked to you for about 6 months to a year before I actually paid you my first payment. And every time you was giving me so much information, and I was like, forget it, it's now or never. I'm just gonna go ahead and pay and start the process with you. And from there, you actually helped me fill out the application, get approved, help me do everything I needed to do to make sure that I know I blew your phone up so many times, but I stressing about getting approved for my building, but we got it and we're here. So everything you gave me was right. And you told me I had to have a CPA, but I didn't know that a CPA costs so much money. So I'm on Facebook and I'm like, who can find me a CPA? So that instantly this girl commented, she charged me $25, right? So then I send the balance sheet to TDLR and they're like, no, this person is not a licensed CPA. They need to have an actual, number and all this kind of stuff. So then when I call you back and then I get to calling people and they talking about $1,500 and $2,000, I was like, oh my goodness, no. So I kept looking and then I found a guy in Garland. He charged me $750 for it's crazy you got to pay so much to a CPA and we give them the numbers, but I guess I'm in the wrong field. But once I did that, I got approved. And then once I got approved, they had the inspector reach out to me to set up a date for her to come and inspect the school. And when she came to inspect, I spent so much money overthinking. Like I went and spent all this money on this time clock and all this extra. I overdid it. And I really didn't even need to do all that extra stuff that I did. But I passed on the first try and I was super happy. I think it was before September of 2022 when we met in person. I have to look back at our photos. But yeah, when we met in person, I was so happy to meet you. And Jasmine was there as well. And I had already seen her on Instagram as well doing hair. And I was super happy. Like, I can't tell no lies. Like, you really are humble in person and online. Like, I don't feel like there's nothing that you hide and you willing to give up so much information. I was really happy, really, really happy to meet you in person. I just be like, dang, for this man to be helping so many people, he always either answer the phone or gonna text me and tell me he gonna call me right back. And you do. And I just be like, how you do it? So many people you help and talk to every day, but you make sure you don't miss a beat. And that just gave me even more assurance that, like, I don't care what nobody say. Chin gonna help me get government funding this year, and you done help me get my school open. So, I mean, I don't see why anybody wouldn't want to join your program, because I really feel like it. Like, there's a guy who has a barber school in Lufkin, which is an hour away from my school. You helped him. It's called Legends Barber School. You helped him get approved for government funding. So, and so many other people. It's so much better. I wouldn't change it for the world, because when I was a hairstylist, I go in the shop at 9 a.m. and don't get out to 9 p.m. and I barely make basketball games. You know, my kids be sad because I don't make a game, or when I get home, I don't want to do nothing but shower and go to sleep because I'm so tired and my hands hurt. And that's what I also knew was, I always knew I wanted to always want to work smarter, not harder. And I didn't want to stand behind a chair forever. Not that it's a bad thing, but I just know for me, that's not what I want to do. I want to have financial freedom with time and money. I wouldn't change it for the world. Like, now I can pick when I want to work. You know, now in Texas, we're able to be 50-50. So we're able to be 50% in person, 50% virtual from home. So that gives me the luxury of being able to spend more time with my kids, do more with my kids, and just, you know, work on things I can do, have more time to run the back end of my school and manage my time better. I would say if it's something you can't get off of your mind, because I couldn't get it off my mind. Like, every day I was thinking about it. Every day I would get up doing little things every day to try to get to the big end goal of opening my school. So if it's something you can't get off your mind, you just keep thinking about it, I would say go for it. I know some people think about opening a salon and having people, you know, pay their booth rent and stuff like that, which is cool too, but that's just not the option I wanted to go, because I don't want to be dependent on my bills getting paid off of these people getting clients, and I didn't want to go that route. I wanted to go the route where I knew it was a need. People need to get their license, so I want to be the person to be able to give them their license, and so I knew that was going to be more of a better chance for me. But I would say if it's something you can't stop thinking about, definitely do it. Like, do it afraid. All the people I went to school with, none of those people had anything good to say about me opening my school. So all the support I get from my school are complete strangers, people I don't know. I wasn't gonna take no for an answer, but I wish I wouldn't have did that so much, because then people can project their fears on you, and then you could start feeling discouraged, like, oh, should I or should I not? Like, if it's even a question if you should or shouldn't, then obviously you probably should give it a try, because you're gonna miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So I was like, I'm finna take this shot regardless, and I don't regret it at all, not one bit. All of that stuff that I had to invest into getting ready to open my school in 2022. So it took me in all about $25,000 to get started. For some people, it may be a little cheaper or maybe a little more, because, you know, I see some schools, I'd be like, oh, your school real nice and aesthetic. It look real rich in here. You know, mine look like an actual school, you know. So, but, you know, I like it for now. Later, once we get the big bucks, we'll upgrade our equipment and stuff. But it works. You know, nobody's complaining like, eh. But I would say, you know, like I say, if you can't stop thinking about it, if it's something you really want to do, if you're always watching chin videos and stuff, I would definitely say just little by little start working on it. But no, you do have to secure your building before you can even submit an application. So if you go ahead and get a building, then, you know, there's no looking back from that. Just do it afraid. Just do it.